So I think we're getting hamstrung in our AI development in some odd ways. We'll see where it turns out. This is going to be a long game, but China definitely has advantages now.
Yeah, and has definitely a leg up, or at least the possibility of emerging as a pretty darn dominant AI power. Or at least
And if they open source stuff, we can benefit from it. And if they can make better stuff because they have NVIDIA chips, we may end up better off for it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of open sourcing, that was a good segue. Pretty sure you did that on purpose.
Don't give me too much credit.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, in his path toward building what we've been talking about, superintelligence before everyone else, has announced the company's plan to invest hundreds of billions of dollars into building out the company's AI infrastructure. This includes giant data center superclusters, as they're called. One of them soon to be the size of Manhattan, by the way. I thought that was interesting. Manhattan. Prometheus, which is the first data cluster that they're building, will begin operations as early as next year. And all of this meant to drive their new Superintelligence Labs division. So, man, every week I just feel like it's billions and trillions coming from Meta in all directions for this superintelligence push that they're in the midst of.
And insert my usual caveat here that I think superintelligence and AGI are BS. I think that's kind of the wrong goal we ought to be heading toward. But be that as it may, he has said that he's taking not all, but he is taking the economic advantage he has from having a huge company and shoving it toward AI.
And just shoveling it right in. Yep.
Right.
I think you're absolutely right there. Now, when you're shoveling that much money into AI, balance that with the fact that Meta up until now has leaned pretty heavily into open-ish source models like LLaMA. And, we're talking to the tune of $65 billion this year alone as far as Meta's intense investment into all this technology. Parmi Olson at Bloomberg had an interesting article that you shared with me that I appreciated. She definitely makes some good points about looking at a need by the company to shift strategies potentially away from open and toward more closed systems. And basically what Parmi is arguing here is that perhaps the openness of LLaMA has been effective ultimately at getting lots of free R&D out of thousands of developers who have kind of bought into Meta's messaging around democratizing its models and allowing everyone to get